If it's happening in the community, you can bet you'll hear it right here. It's Stillwater's Morning Scramble with Steve Daniels on Triple Play Sports Radio.
Tracy Certain with the Chamber of Commerce in Guthrie, and you're actually from Colorado.
I am, born and raised in Boulder, Colorado.
And you came, now this will ring familiar with fans, I think. You came here basically to the state for a football game.
I did. We came for a OU-CU football game.
But you were there for Colorado.
Absolutely for Colorado.
Thought I'd put that on there.
Yes. Go Buffs.
you were there supporting Colorado.
Yes, sir.
And how did that trip work out?
Well, we came for a football game, and my husband met someone at church the next day, and they asked him to stay for a job interview, and we left with the job offer. It was completely not
just
planned.
A casual conversation?
Absolutely, casual conversation. He just really saw something he liked in my husband, which everyone does, and we left with a job offer.
I'll take your word on that.
He's a good guy.
So what does he do?
Well, that was insurance at the time, but now he's an entrepreneur. He's into yeah.
That's a great story, though.
Technology. It is. It's fun.
It's almost like, I mean, not to get too deep in this, but if you got the job offer at church, it was almost like you felt it was meant to be, right?
There you go. It was a God thing. That's right. I know. Even though OU brought us here, we're not.
Well, yeah, but you weren't here to see OU.
No, we were not here to see OU.
Who won the game?
The Buffs, of course.
Okay. That must have been a while.
It was a while ago. It was.
You said, was that Big 8 days?
It was.
Yeah. So, and they were good and they've been good since they left the conference for a year or two.
Yeah, but those were the glory days.
Yeah. Do you go back to Colorado very often?
We do. We still have family there. So, yeah, we
very
go home
nice.
quite a bit. Yeah.
How did you land at the Guthrie Chamber?
You know, another God thing, but my predecessor, Hetty Coleman, was a friend of ours, and he was just looking for someone to work part-time at the chamber, and he asked me to do it, and 6-7 months later, I was in charge. So, I heard a saying within the last year or two, and we have people come in from various things. They'll talk about job offers and how you have your resume and everything. Mm-hmm. But I really think most jobs come that way. Absolutely. It's who you know.
Every day is an audition.
It is. It's who you are out there that makes people want to have you around.
It is. Mm-hmm. Because I was having a discussion with somebody who handles entrepreneurs, but he was talking about making sure that when they Google your name, you have positive things out there, and all that's good.
Yes.
But it's like I think I've applied. I haven't interviewed for a job probably in 20 years.
Yeah.
But usually after that, and I've had this job a long time, but it's word of mouth after that.
It
and
is.
Somebody calls you.
It is.
And that's just the way that usually works.
Absolutely. That's
every day is an audition.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So now you're at the Guthrie Chamber.
Yes, sir.
And everybody, I think, knows a little bit about Guthrie, but I don't know if we know a lot about Guthrie.
Yeah.
You know, the historic downtown thing.
Yes.
Films.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rain Man.
Lots of that. Yeah. Lots of films made in Guthrie. Yeah.
Pollard Theater.
Yeah.
When you are working for the chamber, what's your pitch?
What's my pitch is that Guthrie is the biggest small town out there. We have a great community, and there's always something going on. We know how to do events well. We know how to do history well. One of the main things that people think of when they think of Guthrie is history, arts, music, and events, because we do all those very well. When
you go there for history, obviously state capitol.
Yeah, we were the first state capitol.
I've never toured. The building is there, right?
Oh, the Capitol?
The Capitol.
That's one of those misconceptions. No. And Nathan and Michael at the History Museum will be very happy that I'm saying this. The Capitol was never actually built because the Capitol was moved to Oklahoma City before it was built. There was land designated to build the Capitol.
So where did they work?
They worked out of the Logan County Sheriff's Department.
Oh, really?
At the Logan County, the Sheriff's Department.
So all the state leaders were near a jail cell. That would be really appropriate this year.
Oh, my word! Yes, so
you were ahead of your time.
No, I'm not going to touch that one. But they had set aside land behind where the Masonic Temple is on Capitol Street in Guthrie to build the temple, or to build the Capitol right behind the temple. But then the Capitol was moved.
So when we go for history,
yes,
on statehood days and all that, what do we tour?
Well, there's the History Museum that's right there on Oklahoma Avenue. There's the Masonic Temple that is right down the street on Oklahoma Street. There's the Publishing Museum that we have a group of people right now that are working to refurbish that building to get that open again. We have the Sports Capitol Museum, which I don't know if people know about that, but that's in Guthrie, and that is It shocks me every time I go in there.
Okay, now let me ask you, is that a small?
No.
Okay, because there is, in downtown Guthrie, there's a very small little antique store, a sports antique store. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but that's inside the sports museum now.
That's inside the museum
yes, sir.
now?
They've combined those.
Because that place was, I had family come down, and you try to find places to go. We went to Guthrie.
Yes.
And that museum, as a sports fan, especially as a baseball fan,
Oh my gosh.
it was amazing.
He has so
and,
much.
And we were the only ones in there. And I thought, I wonder if people know about this place.
That's one of the things that we want to get out there is that the First Capital Sports Museum is in Guthrie, Oklahoma, right on Oklahoma Avenue, and it has everything from rodeo, football, basketball, baseball, and he has an amazing collection there.
Is it the same guy that runs it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Richard, he's great.
But that was an amazing store. I mean, they had cards from everything.
Oh my gosh, he's the man. When
Okay.
it comes to sports memorabilia, he is
So
the man.
we'll put that place on the, and it's not the
Absolutely.
Hall of Fame. Keep in mind,
No,
that's not the
Hall of
State
Fame.
Hall
It's
of
a
Fame.
Sports Museum.
Because the Hall of Fame is about to move into the Bricktown Ballpark and
Yeah, yeah.
Coaches,
Yeah.
what used to be Coaches, if you ever went there.
Yes, I did. Hmm.
So,
And then we also have the Drugstore Museum, which is also, everything's on Oklahoma Avenue. Not everything,
Right.
but a lot of things. But it's also there. So if you want to see how the drugstores looked in 1800, go check it out.
very nice.
The random weird things that they use to make you get better.
Hey, we were talking a little bit about growth.
Yeah.
You wanted to, and they did pass a school bond.
Yes, we passed our first school bond in 2014. It's the first, I shouldn't say first in a while. The last one had been in 2005. So it was much needed to get some new roofs and air conditioning and windows. And we're building a brand new school because we're seeing so much growth in Guthrie.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. It is. And what's even more surprising is most communities grow from the inside out. Our community, we're kind of part of a suburban push. We're growing from the outside in. So most of our schools are right in the downtown area, but our new school is built down by the Lazy E because so many people from Edmond are coming north.
Okay, let me ask you, this is not a fair question to ask the chamber person. Is there a fear that you're going to just merge together and be part of the city?
No, because Guthrie is unique.
Okay.
We are our own thing. There's no taking over Guthrie. You can try, but no,
Okay.
that's not happening.
But they're growing closer together all the time.
Absolutely, yeah. We do see a lot of people at our events, especially Red Brick Nights. We see a lot of people.
And hopefully that is a healthy thing for
It
you.
is. It is. We love people to come visit. I mean, we're fun, and why wouldn't people want to come? Because
Yeah.
we do always have a great time.
But keeping your own identity. I know in
Absolutely.
Tulsa, which I'm not a Tulsa, well, I mean, I know Tulsa pretty well because I've worked there. But, Jinx and Bixby, and they just all are together to me.
To me, it's all Tulsa.
Right. Now, I'm sure that those folks don't think that.
No, they don't.
Because there isn't your own identity.
Yeah.
But I just wondered if there's a fear of that sometimes, just blending together and people not recognizing. I think because of the history that you have.
Yeah, well, we're so unique. I mean, we just do things in our own special way, and it just works well for us.
Tell me about the growth that you wanted to.
Yeah, Logan County, which of Guthrie is the county seat, we're seeing a lot of growth. We are one of the two fastest counties growing in Oklahoma. And despite that, our cost of living is still 10% lower, and our crime rate is 2% lower than average in Oklahoma. So those are really positive things.
Growth continues, huh?
Growth continues, exactly. We're seeing revitalization in our residential community. Meridian Technology is building a campus in Guthrie, which are
Really?
Yes, they are. It's probably not going to be for a year or two.
Where do they go to Career Tech right now?
Right now, we bus over 100 kids every day to Stillwater.
They do come here to
Yes.
Meridian.
Yes, sir. They do.
Meridian is a big friend of this show. They're on at 8:45 every Thursday.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And they are an awesome group.
Oh, my
and I
gosh.
always say that when they come in,
Yes.
I've never heard any of them say anything bad about anything, I don't think.
No, absolutely not. My son has his GED because of Meridian, and I am so thankful to them.
Really? That's great.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, they're a great program, and we're really looking forward to having them.
Events, you're known for your events. You
Oh, my
mentioned the
gosh.
Lazy E. We had a group at our friends at Lake McMurtry were at the Lazy E for the Wildlife Expo last weekend.
There's always something going on at the Lazy E. This week they have a horse dressing competition. There's the Little Britches Rodeo that's out there in the summer. We have the vintage market is at the Lazy E. There's always something that's going on there. This weekend in Guthrie, though, we have our Guthrie Artiscape this weekend. We have artists from all over the state that are coming. We have 2 stages, and we have wineries that you can purchase a glass of wine and you can go around and get tastes from all these different wineries in town.
How many wineries do you have?
I think there's 7 or 8 different wineries
Really?
that are coming this weekend. Yes. It's a really fun event for the weekend. Just the different artists you can see. There's glass blowers, there's jewelry, there's photography, all sorts of things.
You know, if you're at a wine exhibit and you're looking for a cab, it doesn't mean the same thing.
No.
Just wanted to make
but
sure.
you're just walking, so you're okay.
That's exactly
you're
right.
You're okay. That's exactly right.
So,
Guthrie, we also have the #1 haunted house attraction in Oklahoma. The Guthrie Haunts is in.
that's been there a while, hasn't it?
It has been there a while, but last year it was voted the #1 in the state.
Very good.
Yes.
A website where you can see all your events.
Yes, go to GuthrieChamber.com, and I'll help you out.
That's pretty simple, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So, are you coming back?
Whenever you want.
That sounds good.
I always have more to say.
Tracy, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Tracy Zerden with the Chamber of Commerce in Guthrie, and we may do this, I don't know, once
Let's
a
do
month
it.
or
Let's
something
do
like that.
it.
So
I'm
update
game.
your events. It's a pretty good drive, I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
You could ride the bus.
I'm fine with the drive. That's great
Okay.
because we always have something going on to tell you about.
That sounds great. Tracy, thank you.
Thank you.